Hey guys, I wanted to check in. Got some good weather today, so I ran down to the mini storage and where I've got the little space rented and grabbed the Transmode. I'd given the neighbors a couple of days of not having to look at it. So drove it quite a bit around town, fiddling around, went to the parts store in it. Ran out real good, didn't have any starting issues. One of the batteries is it won't turn it over very well. The other one will turn it over a little better, and then I got the boost thing. I just put it on both batteries and it fires right up. I've still got the starter in there from the birch that I need to kind of clean up a little bit, and I think I'll slap it on here and see if that makes it fire up better. I bet this little starter's just gone after being parked and grinding on it for so long. Anyway, I wanted to show you a couple of things I've been working on and thinking on, and we're losing the light, so I'm gonna get on it. Alrighty, so I stuck the mattress in it the other day, and it set in there okay. It's a twin mattress. I've got it sitting sideways in there. Gives about the best use of space I can figure out. So went in this morning, or today, and took the sheets and stuff off of it so I could move it around and work on a little bit. And the son of a gun had some water in there. I'm thinking, based on the patchwork, especially around the markers here, that I've got a leak somewhere. On my little birch, this gap right here is a lot wider, and that ended up being where the leak was on it. So I think I can probably try gouging some of this out and redoing that. It may fix it. Needs done anyway. I ran some printouts of the some photos I took today. I'm going to use them to get measurements on the windows. We're thinking for a stopgap thing, we'll put spring bars across here on the inside, and then run the shade down, curtain down, and then maybe run another spring bar about here, and that'll keep it to the body, because you can see here they move in quite a little bit, the walls do, and if you're hanging them up high like that, you're gonna get some space on the bottom. Kind of a weird little thing. There's always something going on. I was looking at this thing the other day and saw this darn weird converter. Not an inverter, but a converter. It's a trip light PR60, and it puts out like 60 amps at 13.8 volts. And I think they were using it for a booster of some sort on the batteries, because it's wired in and runs up to the batteries underneath the hood there. It's got a plug in on it, and it was plugged in here to the fuse box inverter. I think the inverter for the 12 volt to 120, I think it's under there, and it's probably one of those primitive ones that needs replaced. Really inefficient and dirty power coming out of them. But this thing's massive. It's they were like selling for $300 or $400 new, but not many people want them. But it's a great little hobbyist thing if a guy's needs a 12 volt nominal power supply. So anyway, there's a negative and a positive DC coming off the back of that. Those two leads and these battery leads all go into a like a plastic conduit thing with a cap on it, and go under the floor here, or under the coach, and come out under the hood here, and those blue wires or blue cables are the ones that go to the switch, and they go to the batteries here. And then this black one is the DC off of that trip light, DC converter, and it goes here, which is kind of bizarre because this is just a solenoid. I'm not sure what it energizes, because it's got a lot more leads on it here, these blue leads. Maybe they'll become more apparent as I get into it a little deeper. But what it amounts to for now is I'll just leave this on here because it's not going to be hot. But I'll take it off on the solenoid, or not solenoid, on the converter inside. And I may use it for some power transmission when I'm messing with the batteries and the solar and all that sort of stuff. And sure as I pull it off of there, I'll be like, man, I could have used that cable. And there it is. I measured this, and I think I can get 4 of those lithium batteries, the 4 of the 100 milliamp hour, or 100 amp hour, and milliamp hours would be little, 100 amp hour, they're about $150 a piece now, who knows, from day to day. But if I put 2 of them there, and then have a rack and build it up and put 2 more on top, that'd be 400. And that's a pretty good size chunk of house battery. Another way of doing it would be just to get rid of this completely, move everything like the battery switch and that outlet and the diesel generator, or not diesel, the generator starter batch, and then the control for the little baseboard heater. I could move them over here and cap this and regain some real estate here. I could cut it to right here. It's even got carpet underneath it, so wouldn't have to worry about that. So that's one thing. I'm pretty well decided I'm going to get rid of this box. It's nothing. It had a cadet heater enclosure underneath it, that the element's gone. So that's I don't need that, and it's rotting a little bit. I'll have to rebuild it or pull it out of there. The bed, so far, I've had the mattress in here and it worked out pretty good laying across there. I put these pieces of angle. Man, that stuff's hard to drill. They're just off of an old Hollywood bed frame, I guess you'd call it. And this is a 1/2-inch plywood, which is not heavy enough. But with those brackets on it, it was plenty heavy to hold the mattress up. Let me get these out of here. There's about 10 inches back here that's between where the mattress goes and the back of the very back of the coach. It's not wide enough for the mattress to fit in there. So I had it sitting right at the corners of that and coming out. Mattress is 38 inches wide. It's about 10 inches there, so a piece of plywood is going to work for this. In case you haven't seen this before, this is where the generator is. That's where the battery for the generator is. And then I've got the spare. Spare's 32 inches roughly tall. And then in this corner, that's nothing, but this is where my air suspension goes for the shocks, or the air suspension bags. So that's not something you can move. I'm thinking to do some brackets around the perimeter here and replace this with either one piece of plywood, which could be 2 pieces of plywood as far as that goes, and or I could move it out of there a little easier if I needed to, instead of, this is almost like grabbing a whole sheet of plywood. I got to clear to the lip on that generator box and on the suspension box so that I can get in there to mess with them. A 2x4 is not going to be quite enough, but I think I can stack 2 2x4s on there and one on the other, and it'll be quite a bit of a ledge, or maybe do a, yeah, I think that'd probably be the best way to do a 2x4. Anyway, then I can have the boards going across, kind of just frame this in. That'll give it support all the way around, front here to here to here, and be plenty strong. Get rid of this extra wood that's up here, and also get access to the generator and to the air suspension by just pulling the mattress. Just pull the mattress out of the way, and it would be something you could get to that. I'm going to keep my eyes out for a 32-ish square pan, or round one as far as that goes, out of plastic, so that I can set that tire in it, and if I ever need it, I can reach in and grab it and it'll slide on the carpet. Anyhow, I did polish this a little bit. I've still got some polishing compound on it that I didn't rub off that white stuff, and I'll clean it up. I got most of the glue and tape and stuff off of it. So there's a couple of strip lights in there that have those little bullet looking bulbs, those 211s, 212s. I'll read these to you. It says master shut off 1 2 3 4 front 888, whatever that is. Number 1, rear rotating. Number 2, grill flashers. 3, rear flashers. 4, and then front wigwags, and then rear flood, riot light left, riot light right, power on 12 volt 110 volt. And then that's the part that was kind of funny when I lit it up for the first time. Custom built by Calm Coach Corporation for Mineola Fire Department. I don't have any paperwork, so I don't know where it's from. I'm slowly piecing some origin story together on it, but it's gonna take a while. I did talk to a guy that is familiar with the coach here in Hendersonville that I'm gonna try to corner and get some more history on from when it was in its days as a demo for the ping pong robot company. That's a story for another time. I don't know. One thing I do know is this gets hot with all these windows. These windows are very cool, and I wish I could keep all of them, but that's just not how it works. I've been looking online at perforated window film. It goes on the outside of the windows. I know you've seen it. It was a big deal there for a long time. People would do advertisements and wrap their vehicle, and then they would continue the wrap on the windows and have the pattern going on there. They're selling it now, and then too probably they're selling it just plain white. It looks reasonably easy. It goes on dry, which I kind of like window film and stuff that you put on and can kind of float it with some soap, but this is not that. It goes on dry, and it's kind of stretchy, so I think if everything's right, it'll work okay. It's not very expensive. One of those windows would probably cost about $15 in material, so $100 bucks, maybe $125 should get all of it. I think it'd be kind of cool. I can do all of them. Then you can't see anything from the outside in the daytime. In the nighttime, you got the windows, or got the lights on in there, and it's like a little puppet show in there. But I think it'd look good. I did a little messing around with iPhoto today and brushed out those wigwag, or those lights. I still don't know what those are. Rotating beacons, of course, green. But airbrushed those out, kind of cheapoed out. I'll throw a picture of that up. I thought it looked pretty good. It cleaned it up a lot on the top. It's just not as much crap going on up there. So you can imagine if we get the perforated white, it's going to be, the side windows are going to be showing where the driver and passenger side is, and then that one, that one, that one, and that one, and the back one, and then the other ones on the other side, including the doors, will all be white. So I think it'll kind of blend in. We'll still have the black frame, which will look kind of weird, but just have to try it. Well, I couldn't stand it. Had to pull that dude out of there. About had to get a cherry picker to pull it out. Was curious about how much it weighed, so I went into there and got the UPS scale. 35 pounds. That little dude was all there. So anyway, that's gone. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but I sure don't need to haul it all over the western United States. Well, guys, appreciate you dropping by. Thanks for checking on me. Come back anytime. I'll be here for a while. Take her easy.